Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday. Nice, beautiful day. Kind of like on the fresher side. I think it's in the 70s right now, so that's pretty good, especially to come out here to do laps. Just thought I'd do an update of how I've been doing. A lot's been going on for the past few months since May until now. Um, One thing is in May, I had a lot of things going on. My mental health got really, really bad. I wasn't really noticing any of it because of the stuff that I was going through. It's more like I was blocking everything out. I wasn't realizing how I was acting or being and how it was affecting others. So, yeah, it took its toll on my relationship and my relationships, family and friends and everything. I pretty much like isolated myself more than ever. I was just going through so much. Didn't realize all the things that it was causing. I was more set just on myself. So yeah, so I got really, really bad. So being that it was causing a lot of problems, I had relationship issues, split up for a little bit, and by that happening, I got severe depression. Just pretty much was letting myself go, wasn't eating, wasn't doing nothing. Really was just, I felt like I was literally just deteriorating away. Um, I started feeling really, really sick. Like I said, I was just so weak. Everything was just going downhill, you might as well say. So finally, I decided to get help. Started seeing a counselor and a psychiatrist finally. Took me 2 years later, but hey, I finally stepped up and decided to give it a try. So that's something new that I'm doing. I can't sit there and say if it's helping or not because I really don't know. It's too soon to even realize it, to see any difference in anything. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. I don't know if I spoke in my last video that I made that I had went to a doctor and got prescribed another medication. I don't remember the name. I want to say it starts with an F or so. I don't know. All these weird names. I haven't started on those, and I'm not planning to. I had told my doctor that I weaned myself off of the sertraline, and I've been off it for a couple months. So she didn't really trip on that. Like I told her, I was wanting a break from the medication, the zombie feeling, the tiredness, the numbness. I just felt like I wasn't in reality, and I just wanted to feel like I'm alive, because the medication just makes you not feel like you're really here, if that makes sense. So I'm taking a break on that still. I just, like I said, I don't want to rely on medication right now. I've been to the emergency room twice for the past couple months. The first time I started not feeling good, and I know it had a lot to do with my depression, everything that was going on in May. I started feeling dizzy, headaches, nauseous. I felt like when I walked, I was off balance. I just didn't feel right, like something was wrong. So I went and got checked, and my potassium levels were really, really low. My blood pressure was high as well. I'm supposed to be taking blood pressure medication. It's just the reason why I don't stick with taking it. It makes me feel sick, if that makes sense. So why am I going to take something if it's making me feel like shit, then make me feel better? Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to help keep your blood pressure down and everything, but it literally makes me feel sick. Here I am trying to get off my anxiety meds and everything. Then I'm trying to take, I'll slip back slowly, but then I'm trying to take medication for my blood pressure to keep my blood pressure down, and it's making me, not feel good. So I want to be able to go on through the day of feeling good, not bad every day, So, yeah, that's what happened to me the first time, and they checked everything. I mean, like I said, I was getting headaches really, really bad, like those kind of stabbing, needle feeling, sharp, electrifying headaches. And by me having those headaches, it made me feel dizzy and nauseous, like really, really bad. Not only that, um, uh, I felt like when I would walk, I couldn't walk straight and everything. It was just fucking weird, like really bad. Then I started, like I said, getting pressure in my head and my ears. Like when you feel you're like high up in an airplane, high up in the altitude, and you start feeling like your ears want to pop, and then finally do pop, and just like, and you have that weird feeling. Well, it started staying like that for a while. So anyway, when I went to the emergency room the first time, they did blood work and an EKG and all that. All that came back normal, and the only thing they ruled out was probably my blood pressure that caused me to feel like that. So anyways, I just waited a couple more days, I think like a week or so, and I was still feeling the same fucking way. Like it felt like it was getting worse, especially with the pressure in my head and my ears and everything. I felt really, really sick. I couldn't even get around. And like I said, by you feeling that way, you can't go on throughout the day because you just want to stay laying down, like be in bed all day because you just can't get around. So anyways, I decided to get a second opinion. And like I said, right now it's very hard to get a doctor's appointment because they're always booked or you got to wait like the next month. So my only alternative was go to the ER to get faster service. Sometimes you get good service, sometimes you don't. Anyway, I decided to go to the other emergency room to see if they would do things different. And I did mention to them that I had already went previously to the other ER to get checked for my symptoms. But when I went to this one, it seemed like they did more for me. So they did more blood work. This time, since I was telling them about the pressure in my head and my ears and the really bad headaches that stayed with me, like it was continuously, they did a CAT scan, which I have never had a CAT scan. So I was scared shitless because like I said, I was worried about, when you have anxiety and panic attacks, you think the worst. So you're thinking like, oh my gosh, something's going to pop up. There's going to be something show up on my brain, and like I said, and around that time I was Googling a lot of shit. So I was, it would say good things and it would say bad things. So, got to stay away from Google. But they did a CAT scan, X-ray on my heart, some more blood work, urine test. Trying to think what else things that they did. Can't remember, but they did more stuff for me. And then they monitored my blood. My blood pressure was a little bit up, but not as bad. And like I said, I did tell them about that also my potassium levels were low from the last time I went to the emergency room too. So I let them know all the stuff that was going on, whatever. So the time that I was there, while I was waiting on my test, they gave me an IV for fluids and everything, and for my potassium as well. And see, at the other hospital, they didn't do that for me. They just gave me a potassium pill and then sent me on my way. So anyway, so I was there for like a while, but it was, worth it because like I said, they were doing all these tests and doing more for me. And so finally when it came to it, he did check my ears. And while I was waiting on my test and everything, he did tell me I had fluid in both of my ears and that they were expanded. So that was one thing that I was concerned about. And I looked up on my symptoms and it said that when you have sinus infections or whatever, that you can have fluid build up in your ears and it can cause those symptoms, the pressure in your head and your ears and everything, the lightheadedness and everything. So he did look at that and he did see that, but before he ruled it out, he was like, let's see how, like, the test results to see from then on, and then we can rule out what it could be, So luckily when he came back, all my tests came back good, which I was thankful, because I even told him, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just sitting here like in pins on needles wondering what's wrong with me, especially when I did a CAT scan. I'm over here thinking that something was gonna pop up and show up in my brain. He's like, no, your brain is still there, like we were just joking about stuff like that. But yeah, it was a relief, But I'm glad I had a CAT scan because I've always, was curious on having one, just in case, because, when you think the worst, you just, is my brain not right? There's, something wrong with me. But anyway, all that came back normal. My blood work came back normal. Like I said, what they did do for me was give me a IV for, my potassium, and then, like I said, checked my ears. Like I said,